Hi, good evening, everybody. So I am K.V. Rao, and I am working as an assistant professor in Narasimha Reddy Engineering College. Okay, today our topic is Fermi level and carrier concentration in p-type semiconductor. Right? Fermi level and carrier concentration in p-type semiconductor. You know that p-type semiconductor can be obtained by adding trivalent impurities to the pure silicon or germanium. Right? Trivalent, that is third group elements are added to pure silicon germanium, then it gives a p-type semiconductor. Right? Right. That's why here third group elements are known as acceptors, because of in their valence shell there are 3 electrons only. To get stability, they must acquire electrons, 5 electrons actually. But even in this silicon, 4 electrons are there. That's why each silicon can make 4 covalent bonds with its surrounding atoms. That's why if an electron is acquired by the third group element, automatically it can undergo the covalent bonding. That's why they want electrons. That's why we are saying third group elements are acceptors. Right? They can accept the electrons, acceptors. No, right? In this case, for example, if you take a p-type semiconductor and by applying thermal energy, then automatically you can break the bonds between the atoms. Now, how many? For example, if you give temperature T, that can be utilized by the atoms. Right? So, initially it can break the bond, and at the position of third group element, there is missing of electron position. That's why whenever covalent bond breaks, that electron will occupy this position, then only it can jump to higher, that is conduction band. That's why here number of ionized atoms in acceptor level is equal to the number of holes existing in the valency band. Number of ionized in acceptor level is equal to the number of holes in valency band. Usually we can consider that as carrier concentration of p-type semiconductor. Right? In this particular diagram, if you see in the figure 5a, we are having phosphorus atom as the center position. With its surroundings, there are 4 silicon atoms, but here it makes 3 covalent bonds with its surrounding 3 atoms, top, bottom, left side, right side, missing of electron is there. That's why here, whenever bond break in the particular crystal, that electron comes and occupy here. Right? So here we can calculate the carrier concentration. Carrier concentration is the number of carriers per unit volume. The number of carriers per unit volume. Now here holes in the valency band are the majority charge carriers. That's why we are taking expression for a hole. Then we are equating it to the number of ionized atoms in acceptor level. Then we can find out Fermi level. Again we are substituting that Fermi level. Right? We will see how it is happening. Right? Let us consider a p-type semiconductor. In this p-type semiconductor, if you see energy level diagram, first we are having valency band, above conduction band. So acceptor level is nearer to the valency band. This is top level of valency band is denoted by EV. This is acceptor level energy EA. This is bottom level of conduction band EC. Right? Okay. Now, for example, we know that the number of holes in the valency band, number of holes in valency band is going to P is equal 2 by H cube to MHSR. MHSR is effective mass of hole, pi kt whole power 3 by 2 e power of EV minus EF by KT. Likewise here, number of ionized atoms in acceptor level is, for example, if we add Na as the total number of acceptor atoms, that is impurity atoms. Na is total number of acceptor atoms in acceptor level. Acceptor atoms. Among the Na minus are the number of ionized atoms. Na minus is number of ionized atoms. Na minus number of ionized atoms is equals to Na into F of Ed. What is F of Ea? Sorry. What is F of Ea? Energy distribution function for acceptor atoms. That is Na, number of ionized atoms Na minus is equals to Na into, and here 1 by 1 plus e power E minus F by KT. This is acceptor Ea minus F by KT, and we can write this as Na into e power of Ef minus Ea by KT. Ef minus Ea by KT. This is ionized atoms. So now first we are doing the mathematical treatment to get Ef value. Ef value as Ea. See here, on further simplification we will get this is the equation which we are showing on the screen. F is equal to Ea plus Ev by 2 minus KT log Nd Na by 2 whole power 1 by 2 2 pi mh star KT h square whole power 3 by 4. That is equation number 4. To get that equation, I am doing this calculation or mathematical treatment. Sorry, not the calculation, mathematical treatment. Right? And in our this mathematical treatment, we got expression for number of electrons, number of holes in valency band, equation number 1, and here we got number of acceptor ionized acceptor atoms, equation number 2. Both are equal. That is, if one atom is got ionized, then one hole will be there. If two atoms ionized, two holes will be there. That's why if n number of atoms ionized, n number of holes. That's why here number of ionized atoms in acceptor level is equal to number of holes in the valency band. By equating these two, here we are having Na into e power of Ef minus Ea by KT is equal to 2 by h cube 2 mh star pi KT whole power 3 by 2 e power of Ev minus Ef by KT. Right? So here we are taking this 2 by h cube 2 m star pi KT whole power 3 by 2 as x. Then we are having Na into e power of Ef minus Ea by KT is equal to x into e power of Ev minus Ef by KT. Right? E minus Ef by KT. Now we are writing a variable separation method. We are writing exponentials in one side. Ef minus Ea by KT divided by here right side we are having this one e power of Ev minus Ef by KT is equal to x by Na. X by Na. That is e power of e power a by e power, that is e power a minus Ef minus Ea minus Ev plus Ef by KT is equal to x by n suffix a. So here we are having e power of Ef plus Ef to Ef minus of Ea plus Ev by KT is equal to x by Na. X by Na. Now we got expression like 2Ef, exponential e power of 2F minus of Ea plus Ev by KT is equal to x by Na. By applying logarithm on both the sides, we are getting log of e power of 2Ef minus EA plus EV by KT base E is equal to log of x by n suffix a. That is log e power a is equal to a, that is 2EF minus of EA plus EV by KT is equal log of x by NA. Alright, 2EF is equal to 2EF minus of EA plus EV is equal to KT into log of x by NA. Then 2EF is equal to EA plus EV plus KT log of x by NA. EF is equal to EA plus EV by 2 plus KT by 2 log of x by NA. What is x here actually? X is, right, x is 2 by h square, 2 by h cube, 2 pi m e star over 3 by 2. By substituting all those values we are getting that. Finally, if I write this is x by NA or NA by x, then I get negative value EA plus EV by 2 minus KT by 2 log of NA by x. This is Fermi level value. We got Fermi level. See here in the screen, on the screen we are having fourth equation. EF is equal to EA plus EV by 2, EA plus EV by 2 minus KT by 2 log NA by x. Here in this place they wrote 1 by 2 whole power 1 by 2 log NA by x whole power 1 by 2, then we can write 1 by 2 to KT log NA by x base E. Right? By substituting this value in the above equation, that is, what is our equation actually? The number of holes in the valence band P is equal 2 by h cube 2 pi m e star KT whole power 3 by 2 e power of EV minus EF by KT. In the place of EF we are substituting this value, that is 2 by h cube we are taking as x, total value as x, into e power of EV minus, here EF value is EA plus EV by 2 minus KT by 2 log of NA by x base E whole divided by KT. That is x into e power of 2 KT is the LCM. Right, here by 2 KT, that is 2 EV minus EA minus EV plus KT log NA by x base E. That is x into e power of 2 EV minus EV, EV minus EA by 2 KT plus here KT by KT get cancelled, plus 1 by 2 log NA by x base E. That is equal to x into e power of e power a plus b, that is e power a, e power a into e power b, e power of EV minus EA by 2 KT into e power of this much. Then we can write e power of log x is x, that's why here NA by x whole power 1 by 2, that is root NA by x. That is equal to here root NA x by root x, that is root x into NA t power of EV minus EA by KT. So here by substituting x value, what is x value here actually? X is equal to 2 by h cube 2 m h star pi KT whole power 3 by 2 is x value. Therefore P is equal to, which we got root x NA e power of EV minus EA by KT. root x Na into x value is this much, that is 2 by h cube 2 mh star pi kt whole power 3 by 2 into e power of e v minus a by kt, right? That is equals to root 2 Na into 2 mh star pi kt whole power 3 by 2 whole power 1 by, that is 3 by 4 in here h cube whole power 1 by 2, here we can write h square whole power 3 by 4 into e power of ev minus ea by, this is p value, which gives carrier concentration of p type semiconductor. See here, finally we got expression p is equal to root 2 equation number 6, root 2 Na, that is 2 Na whole power 1 by, that is root 2 Na 2 pi mh star 2 mh star pi kt by h square whole power 3 by 4 t power of ev minus ea by 2 kt, here because of, so in the earlier expression we got here LCM is 2 kt, that's why here 2 kt ev minus ea by 2 kt ev minus ea by 2 kt. So this is the expression for the Fermi level of p-type semiconductor and carrier concentration of the p-type semiconductor. So in this particular case, equation number 5, if you see equation number 5, EF is equal to EA plus EV by 2, that is equation number 4. In the equation number 4 we are having EF is equal to EA plus EV by 2 plus minus KT into log some value. Right, in that, in the second term, if T is equal to 0, then we are having EF is equal to EA plus EV. That is, at 0 Kelvin temperature, the Fermi level in p-type semiconductor lies exactly midway to the acceptor level and the top level of valency band. Now, if temperature rises, then Fermi level is also shifts upwards and it reaches exactly off distance between bottom level of conduction band and top level of valency band at a particular temperature. It means at high temperature, again p-type semiconductor is acting as intrinsic semiconductor, right? And here in the final equation we